Have you ever pondered over the growing influence of Imperial Han nationalism in China? This question is not just a thought experiment, but a reality unfolding in the world's most populous nation. The Imperial Han faction, a resurgent wave of extreme Han ethno-nationalist sentiment, is making waves in China's political and social landscape. This faction represents the aspirations of the majority Han Chinese, a group that has been yearning to reclaim their historical and contemporary significance. The Han Chinese, who make up over 90% of the country's population, have a rich history that spans thousands of years. They have seen dynasties rise and fall, witnessed the evolution of their culture, and navigated through periods of turmoil and prosperity. As we delve into the Imperial Han faction, we discover that it is not a monolithic entity, but rather divided into three distinct subgroups. Each of these subgroups has its own unique perspectives on the role of Han ethnicity in China's past, present, and future. The radical subgroup is motivated by a desire to restore lost territories and reinforce Han dominance. They are the firebrands, the ones who are ready to shake the status quo. On the other hand, the conservative subgroup draws their aspirations from ancient Chinese literature and records. They are the traditionalists, the ones who look to the past to guide the future. Then, we have the revisionist subgroup, who revere Han history while acknowledging the Chinese Communist Party's role in continuing the Han legacy. They are the pragmatists, the ones who strive to reconcile the old with the new. The rise of the Imperial Han faction presents a complex puzzle for Beijing. On one hand, it aligns with their vision of national unity and rejuvenation. But on the other hand, it poses risks to internal harmony and foreign relations. How Beijing manages this balance between heightened national pride and a unified multi-ethnic China is a question that remains to be answered. As we navigate the complexities of this rising faction, we must remember that its impact extends beyond domestic affairs. It is a global concern that demands our attention. The Imperial Han faction, once a fringe sentiment, is now a rising tide in China. Diving deeper into the Imperial Han faction, we find it split into three distinct subgroups, each carrying a unique perspective. First, we have the radicals. Their aspirations burn bright and fierce. They seek to restore lost territories and reinforce the dominance of the Han ethnicity. They believe in a China where the Han Chinese, as the majority, should wield significant influence and power. Their vision is steeped in reclaiming historical significance and territorial rights, painting a picture of a China that is unapologetically Han. Then, we turn our gaze towards the conservative subgroup. Their perspectives are rooted deeply in the past, drawing inspiration from ancient Chinese literature and records. They see the Han Chinese as the torchbearers of a rich ancient culture that has shaped and continues to shape the world. Their aspirations are not as territorial as the radicals, but they are no less passionate. They wish for a China that reveres its Han heritage and continues to uphold its cultural legacy. Last but not least, we have the revisionists. They walk a middle path, respecting and revering Han history while acknowledging the Chinese Communist Party's role in continuing the Han legacy. They see not a dichotomy, but a harmony between their Han heritage and the political structures of modern China. They believe in a China that celebrates its Han past while moving forward under the umbrella of the Chinese Communist Party. Each of these subgroups, with their unique perspectives and ideologies, play a critical role in shaping the Imperial Han faction. They lend voice to different facets of Han ethno-nationalism, each contributing in their own way to the dialogue around Han ethnicity's role in China's past, present, and future. These subgroups, through their varied perspectives, shape the Imperial Han faction's influence on China's socio-political landscape. Now, you might be wondering, what does this rise of the Imperial Han faction imply? Well, the implications are manifold and extend far beyond China's borders. Domestically, the Imperial Han faction's rise presents a mixed bag for Beijing. On one hand, it aligns with the Chinese Communist Party's vision of national unity and rejuvenation, fueling a sense of national pride and historical significance among the majority Han Chinese. But on the other hand, it poses certain risks to internal harmony, potentially stirring ethnic tensions within the country's diverse population. Then there's the global sphere. The faction's influence isn't confined to China's domestic affairs. The world watches as this powerful nationalist sentiment ripples outward, impacting foreign relations and shaping global perceptions of China. The rise of the Imperial Han faction is not just about reclaiming historical significance, it also reflects a broader narrative of China's role in the world today. As we observe the surge of the Imperial Han faction, we must consider the delicate balance between heightened national pride and a unified multi-ethnic China, a challenge crucial for Beijing and the world to navigate.